Three types of light bombers were used in the smashing RAF raid on Eindhoven. The Mosquito, the newest product of our bomber factories, an aircraft with an amazing performance. The Ventura, an American-built machine developed from the famous and most successful Hudson, though faster and of greater endurance, Bomber Command's latest aircraft. And the Boston, a type also supplied by America, but one that has already featured so prominently in newsreel stories of the war in the air that it needs no introduction to newsreel fans today. Movietone is now able to present the full story of the great raid in these pictures taken by the Royal Air Force. The target was the Phillips Works at Eindhoven in Holland, only about 20 miles from the former German frontier. These works had become the greatest radio manufacturing center in Europe, and their total output was being supplied to the Nazis. It was on Sunday, the 6th of December, in fine, clear weather, that Bomber Command's Mosquitoes, Venturas and Bostons set out in force to wreck that output by this daring daylight blow. Mosquitoes crossed the English coast and set a course for Holland. And then the Bostons, out over the North Sea at 0 feet. Over Holland and about 60 miles to fly across occupied territory to the target. A fascinating picture to watch from the comfort of an armchair. Not quite so fascinating, though, for the men on the job, who are facing flak and fighters in broad daylight. One of the reasons for raiding by day was to ensure that there should be no heavy casualties among Dutch civilians. The Boston ahead of us will be first over the target. The camera taking this picture is in the second Boston. Pretty close now. And there's the target, that big square building. German gunners on the roof are in for a hot time. Here go our tracers. Heavy ack-ack fire meets the planes. Can't see it here, but we'll see the result later. The two Bostons have dropped DAs, and as they turn away, smoke rises from the building. The bombs have been well and truly aimed. Following aircraft, all three types come in higher. They have to fly higher to avoid being blown up by the bombs of the planes just ahead of them. And at this point, another RAF cameraman is in action, and we show you his picture story of the raid, only slowing up from time to time to reveal more clearly the havoc being caused, and what a pounding the place is getting. Luckily, the sensational effect of this film is not lost by the damage it received. About 100 light bombers went on the raid. 12 did not return, and a number of those that did return had been severely shot up. The airman had a story to tell after landing. The factory had been strongly protected, further proof of the value placed on it by the Germans. German gunners continued firing even when the buildings they stood on were ablaze. Fighters attacked our bombers on their way back. This Boston you've seen before. It was first over the target. It was hit repeatedly and the undercarriage jammed, hence the pancake landing. Others were also shot up, but they all did a grand job of work. The radio factory was heavily damaged. One more very telling blow delivered by the Royal Air Force.